Welcome to Voodoo Whiskey Gaming, and today I'll be talking about the death of consoles. Now, what got me going on this idea was the other day a buddy of mine asked me what I thought the next generation of consoles would look like and what was going to happen to console gaming. And that got me thinking about some stuff I had read quite a while back now, but what I'd read claimed that console gaming was going to die and that this was the last generation of consoles. I straight up don't believe that because the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One have been selling pretty damn well. And you gotta take into account that consoles make up a good portion of a multi-billion-dollar industry. Another reason I don't see consoles dying off anytime soon is simply because it's standardized hardware. You buy the console, any game that comes out within that console's lifespan, you can put into your console and it'll play. And when you think about that, that is really the greatest advantage that consoles have over PC. Now that's not me taking sides because the PC will always look better, it will always run faster, and that's because you can swap out parts. You can swap out your RAM, your processor, your motherboard, your graphics card. You can't do that on a console. That having been said, you can go out and buy a PS4 and an Xbox One for less than it would cost you to buy a top-tier gaming PC. Less than it would cost you to buy a mid-range gaming PC. That having been said, again, consoles will never look as good, but that is kind of the trade-off to having standardized hardware. What I do see changing for consoles is not so much the consoles themselves or the standardized hardware that they bring to the table, it's the format in which we'll be buying games for them. And you can kind of see that shift happening already, since for both the PS4 and Xbone, you can buy almost every game, both physically and digitally. So what I think we'll actually be seeing is rather than disc-based consoles, you'll basically be getting your PS4 branded Steam machine or your Xbox One branded Steam machine, and they'll be all about the digital downloads. With that, I think you'll still have the standardized hardware, and you'll probably have to buy the newest Xbox or newest PlayStation every 4 to 5 years. Kind of like the cycles we're seeing now. Now, I do have a PC, and I buy the majority of my games for it through Steam, but there's one huge caveat. I only buy games for it during the Steam sales, the big summer and winter sale, because the prices are lower then, and I have an issue with paying full price for purely digital content. Part of buying a game on disc is you are paying for the case, the sleeve that goes in that case, the disc and putting the data on the disc, as well as printing the label and putting that on the disc. That's all something the companies have to pay for, and they get that money from you buying it. So personally, I have issues with the idea of paying full price for a game, that price covering the physical production of the game when I'm buying it digitally and there is no physical production cost at that point. And when the move from physical to digital does occur, I think it could be the death of GameStop, and likely will be. I hope not, because I do love GameStop. Which makes me think it's really weird when GameStop was in full support of the Xbox One and its no trade-in policy, because that is like 70% of their profits right there. That's a whole nother thing. I do think GameStop could survive if it were to sell vouchers for the games, not unlike they do some of the digital games now. I think that would also allow game developers to bleed extra money out of us through collector's editions. They would still be able to do that because you'd just get a voucher in the collector's edition instead of the disc. And admittedly, I am one of the people who pays the extra money for the collector's editions, only on games that I really dig. Okay, now that I've wrapped up that bit, I don't think we'll be seeing that shift to the Steam Machine style consoles too soon. I don't think it's likely to happen next generation, but I think it's probably going to happen the generation after that, at the latest, the generation following that one. So in about 3 generations, I think we will see more Steam Machine style consoles. But hell, I could be wrong. I'm just guessing based on what I've seen lately. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, please hit that like button, and if you like what I'm doing in general, please subscribe. Have a good one.